Hello, everyone, and welcome to UBS Trending. I'm Anthony Pastore. Financial health checkups can help you make sure that your portfolio and your plan reflect life's latest changes. There is a checklist designed to help make these important checkups part of your regular routine, and it's called the season of planning. So let's discuss that a bit more and tell you what you need to know to keep your finances in order with my colleagues from the UBS Chief Investment Office, Ainsley Carbone, who's here in the studio with me, and our colleague Justin Waring. Justin and Ainsley, good to see you. Thanks for coming back, and I love talking about this topic with both of you. I know you always have a lot to share, so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks, Justin. Good to see you, man. So, Ainsley, I want to start with you, Ainsley. You know, our conversations around estate planning, because this is a big topic. It often focuses on managing estate tax liability. Anybody who's been through this can probably nod their head and say, yes, I remember thinking of all the consequences, the tax liabilities, et cetera. But that shouldn't be the only focus, right? So what are the other objectives of estate planning? And by the way, this is part of the season of planning, and we're talking about the spring season of planning, because you were just here recently talking about season of planning for winter. So you can go into that a little bit with us too.
Yes, so as you said, managing taxes, it is of course important, estate taxes, because if you don't consider the tax impact of your decisions, it can lead to situations where there's less after-tax wealth for your children, grandchildren, and charities. So ultimately, the reason why it's so important to take the time to plan your estate, regardless of how much wealth you have, the reason why it's important is because you need to make sure that your family's taken care of when you pass away later in life, or even if you pass away prematurely. You also want to make sure that the assets that you have are going to go to the people that you want them to go to, and those organizations that you want them to go to, and in the way in which you want them to get there. Mm-hmm. So there are a few considerations that I want to share with you just for anyone who's looking to get that conversation started. First one would be, if you're unable to make any medical or financial decisions yourself, who's going to make them for you? What assets do you want to give to your children, grandchildren, family members, organizations? Are those assets protected from creditors? What more can you do to protect those assets from those creditors? So I know that this is really not a fun conversation to have. It's not a pleasant thought process at all.
You think of all the really bad things and you go, I don't want to do that now.
Exactly, but if you don't take the time when you're alive and well, you risk the likelihood of your decisions being made by someone else, whether it's a grieving family member or a court of law, and you risk those decisions not reflecting your desires and your wishes.
Right, and you also write in a recent report about once someone turns 18, their parents may not necessarily have access to their medical records, so it's good to get this in order even at this very young age, because as we said, it is a really not fun topic to talk about, but stuff happens and people do get sick or have an accident at a young age as well. So it's good to plan ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Ainsley. Justin, let me bring you in. And why is it important to review things like insurance strategies on an annual basis? I know here at UBS, we have to review our benefits every year and make sure that we're up to date, but that may not be the case for everyone. So why is it important for people to think about that?
Yeah, and thanks again for having us, Anthony. It's obvious that a lot of the things that Ainsley just mentioned about the desires and the things that we want to happen, those can change from year to year. So it's important that we keep our records up to date and we have our insurance reflect the changing needs that we have over our life. If you think about what's happened over the last year, you might have a new child, a new partner, a greater need for insurance because you've had phenomenal financial success in the last year. These things impact the amount of insurance that you might want to have, and it's important to make sure that your coverage covers your need for insurance. And so that's the first reason that we need to review it, is that your life will change over time. The second reason is that reviewing your resources and your needs annually can help you make sure that your existing coverage is still in line with your needs and that you're taking advantage of the best pricing and the right fit for all of your different needs. Obviously, when it comes to sources of financial stress, medical costs and medical surprise bills are a really, really high priority source of stress. 65% of Americans list unexpected medical expenses as their top financial concern, and rightfully so, because medical bankruptcies represent about 66% of all personal bankruptcies. And so this is really giving you an opportunity to make sure that you've got the insurance that you need, that you are revisiting any needs that you might have, any new needs. And then at the end of the day, insurance is really designed to help you sleep at night. So it's a good idea. Obviously, as you and Ainsley were talking, this might not be the most fun thing to think about, but actually this can be a source of confidence and empowerment to say, I can sleep well at night because I know that my family's going to get taken care of. And so just to go through a couple of the considerations for insurance as you do your annual review, disability and life insurance are designed to help you make sure that your family is going to be taken care of regardless of what happens to you. So just in case you're not able to work anymore, they'll be covered. Long-term care insurance is designed to protect your family against a major source of medical expenses later in life, especially. But insurance is more than just helping you cover the costs. It's also about giving your family room to breathe and conveying your wishes. For example, if you don't have the resources to pay for professional nursing care, that burden might end up falling on your family members. And in the case of long-term care also, the process of getting insurance can help you document the level and type of care that you'd like, which can help you to reduce the risk that your family feels guilty they're not giving you an even more expensive form of care when it comes to late life long-term care.
Yeah, great, Justin. There's a lot to unpack there, and I'm glad we went through that because I think a lot of folks will consider their insurance only as their health coverage, but they're maybe not thinking about long-term care, especially at a younger age. I think people will kind of move more towards, oh, do my older parents have that, or does my grandparent have that, or my older aunt or uncle? So it's something to consider, and obviously this is part of the checklist, right, Ainsley? We've got spring cleaning, as you say. So another item on that checklist is financial education, and clearly this is a really important topic. So what options do investors have to learn more about financial education, personal finance, investing? Where can they actually get that kind of information?
So in the report, we highlight 3 options that you can take advantage of. The first one, if you're still working, your employer may offer a financial wellness program. Not all of them do, and a lot of times the details of the programs will differ, so it's important to check with them. But oftentimes it gives you access to budgeting and savings tools, financial education courses, among other features. Mm-hmm. The second option to take advantage of would be UBS's financial education website. So we have a financial education website for clients and prospects. You can find it by going to ubs.com/the code. So the code has over 30 interactive modules to help you learn about various topics, some of them being home ownership, some of them estate planning, creating a budget, among so many other topics that you can search for if you'd like. And then the third option that I wanted to highlight is taking advantage of the relationship that you have with your financial advisor. Share the topics that you're interested in learning more about with them. And if you're meeting with them and let's say they are talking about your financial plan or your investment portfolio and there's something that you don't entirely understand, it's important to speak up and let them know. Ask them to explain it to you in a different way. Because if you don't take that time and speak up and ask those questions, it's going to be difficult to understand where your wealth is and why it's invested.
Terrific. Yeah, ubs.com/the code, THECODE. Yeah, I just took a look at the website earlier, and it's chock full of great and valuable information, easy to navigate, good topics to read through that connect to this and more of this conversation. Ainsley, Justin, thank you very much. Ainsley, always good to see you and have you here in the studio. Justin, thank you again. And for more information for our viewers, you can check out a lot of content from our Chief Investment Office at the website, ubs.com/views. And you can also make sure to follow UBS as a firm on all of these social media platforms that you can think of, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. And you can check out our past UBS Trending episodes that are on demand on our website, ubs.com/studios, and the UBS YouTube channel. And as always, if you do have any questions about your portfolio or even this checklist that Ainsley, Justin, and I were talking about today, make sure to speak with a financial advisor. Until next time, I'm Anthony Pastore. Have a great day, everybody. Get that spring cleaning in order. I need to do it myself. And keep your eyes on what's trending. We'll see you soon.